Hi there, welcome to Real Life on the Homestead in Ontario, and the spring fun continues. I did get my first batch of maple syrup done, and this is 3 liters. Beautiful color, don't you think? These are ready to go down into the cold room. I will top this one up here with the next batch before putting it away. And yep, there's a bunch of eggs. These are those smaller ones. And I'm going to add some water to this, bring it to a boil for 5 minutes, shut it off, let it sit for 20, and then put it in an ice cold bath. We're going to peel these and make them pickled eggs, but I'm going to show you the cheater's way and very simple to do when you're just really busy, which I am. Well, I do make pickles from absolute scratch and pickled eggs as well. But sometimes, you just got to make do with what you got. And I'm in a hurry, got lots of eggs. I want to get them pickled. And here's my easy cheater's way. I think it might work for you too. This is just a good quality pickle, a Strub's brand. Now this does have a bunch of ingredients. I've done just kosher pickles where all you do is salt and water. However, like I said, I'm cheating today, and the reason I'm doing this is it makes life easier. Got a couple of pickles in the bottom of the jar here. All the spices are still in there. I'm gonna pull those out and make my husband a tuna sandwich. But you see how much liquid is in there? That, my friends, is my brine for my pickled eggs. All I'm going to do is boil my eggs, cool them, peel them, and add them to the liquid and throw them in the fridge. How simple is that? So look how simple this was. Peeled all my eggs, filled up that pickle jar, and we are at the top. I did take out some of the brine because I want to fill up with as many eggs as possible. And you do not need to do this. You could just cap it, but I like to make sure that my eggs are submersed. So I'm just gonna use one of my fermentation discs. It's just a little weight. I'm gonna put it in there and then put the lid on. I'm gonna leave this in the fridge for a week, maybe a little longer, and they will be ready, and then they will keep until they're all gone. They will last well over a month, but in our house, pickled eggs don't last that long. And that was a great way to use up 2.5 dozen eggs. Into the back of the fridge, and we wait patiently. Nothing added except the brine of the pickles that I already had in the fridge. Boy, that storm is really coming in. It's getting really dark. Time for me to get out to the garage, crack the rest of the eggs. I'm gonna mix them up a bit and then pre-freeze them before going into the freeze dryer. I always pre-freeze my items that are going into the freeze dryer. Reason is, the freezer's already running. So why add extra time to my freeze drying time? Makes no sense. So I'm gonna fill up that freezer. You can come with me. Well, here are my eggs that I need to get into the freezer. I'm gonna organize the freezer a bit first so that I can put in my freeze-dry trays. This is all it takes to get ready. I empty out my basket so I can place my freeze-dry trays in there and stack them. Look at this, I got a great deal on grass-fed butter. And yeah, I stocked up. So let's get those trays ready and filled up. Now you don't need to whip up your eggs, but I always like to do that. I find it just, they pour easier into the trays. So I just use my immersion blender and just break everything up, make it smooth. I will pulverize after freeze drying anyway and make it a powder, but this is just the habit I've gotten into doing, and it works for me. And this is how I place my trays inside my baskets. I have learned from experience that 18 eggs will fill my medium-sized freeze dryer trays perfectly. And I don't even have to count again because I know 18 eggs fits perfect. And then what I do is I use my tray tops and I cover them up, and that way I can stack tray on top of tray. So there we have it. 10 trays. I don't have lids for all my trays. I only bought one set, which is 5. But I can stack them pretty good in here so that everything will freeze. That is 15 dozen eggs, all ready to be preserved for 25 years. No waste here. And the shells, yep, I'm gonna take these out to the chickens because they can use that calcium back. They're working really hard. So we're down to a lot of empty cartons again. It's getting ready for today's eggs, and those are my duck eggs. I'm gonna be making some of my ice cream with those. And I feel like my egg adventure is now caught up. I'm pretty much caught up on my eggs. So make sure that you keep following so that you can see how I throw them in the freeze dryer and then powder them. And yes, they're good for 25 plus years. We won't be waiting that long to consume them, but I know that I've always got eggs on hand. Well, the freezing rain is starting. Not nice at all. Hey guys, do you want some of your shells back? Come on, let's get some of your shells. Let's get them out of the way. There you go. They can use that calcium, especially if the weather's going to be miserable. Oh, look, more eggs. Are you going to give me some more eggs too? Yep, we got lots more coming. Well, I know my videos are all over the place, but this is what happens. Real life on the homestead. We just do what we got to do. And the chickens now have their eggshells back in the house. Another pot of maple syrup. Well, that freezing rain last night, it got pretty cold, turned into snow, and we got almost a foot of snow overnight. And as you can hear the tractor out there, it's clearing time. If you like to see what we do at the end of March, surprisingly, not out like a lamb, more like a lion. This winter is the forever winter. It seems to just keep going. But keep following us and always comment below on what you'd like to see on the homestead. We'll see you next time. Go out, live your best life.